What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Real Deal Sports. Usual guys are here. Myself, Big John, Brother Walt. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Can't complain, you know what I'm saying? The Lake Show put on a show, so I'm good.
None. I ain't
What
gonna
do
do
you
it.
think?
I ain't even gonna do it. Nope. I'm gonna let him live today.
Lake Show put on a show. I'm just glad that we put that Steph Curry ish to bed, man.
Hey, that boy Walt flip switch it.
You said flip
Switch-
switches.
no, you flip quicker than them
Flip quick
Warriors
to what?
fans did on Jordan Poole. Boy, you fast, boy.
When did I ever say root for the Warriors?
I'm not talking about the Warriors. I'm talking about them Cavs.
How did I flip on the Cavs?
Bruh, LeBron is gone.
So what? How did I flip on the Cavs just because I'm rooting for the Lakers? I predicted that the Cavs are only going to make it out of the first or the second round, which they only made out the first round. I said that they're missing some pieces. What's wrong with that?
No, they're not missing some pieces.
They are missing pieces. They are.
They
That's
missing
exactly
one.
why they got exit out of the first round. Anyway,
They
we was talking
missing
about the Lake Show. How was you doing, John? You good?
Yeah, I would say we talked about the Cavs. Listen, we put them to bed. We want.
Like
I'm excited to
what
see them.
did? What
I'm,
did that?
I'm,
I didn't put him to bed.
I'm gonna say I'm excited to see him grow and come back better next year, especially Darius Garland. I think Walt and I talked about him a little bit today. Like he's got to find some things, get better, but he's young, man. He's got time. And then we on to the next round.
We got to worry about signing Donovan Mitchell, man. That's what we got to worry about signing him back. But other than that, we good. I'm always be a Cavs fan. Cleveland till I die, baby. You feel me? Don't do me like that.
Nothing. I'm gonna let it go.
And then when the Lakers get bounced, he'll be a Kevin Love fan, and then he'll be wearing a Miami Heat jersey next week.
Wow, what is he? 42?
Hey, I'm about to say if you get it from me, I'll rock it.
Ain't that a bit? You gotta get it. Wow.
Hey, I didn't say I would buy it, but if it's a gift, why not?
Why would he buy you the jersey? Why would he buy it for himself?
I'm just saying.
He didn't say what size he would buy. He just said if we buy it, he'll wear it. That's what he said. He said if we buy it, he'll wear it. He didn't say what size. We're gonna get him a medium.
Yeah, small. If it's a medium, I'm gonna have to give it to my daughter. Then I can't fit that.
No, you gotta wear it on the show.
How? I'm about to say I ain't gonna even be able to put it on.
Yo, man, your word. You said you'd wear it.
It's got to be at least a large or extra large. I'm a big dude, man. Big dude. Come on, now. Anyways, let's start the show, man. Y'all always just trying to hound me and whatnot, man. Come on, man. How you feeling? How you feeling, Nico? You good?
Hey, all jokes aside, I'm better than Ja right now. I ain't gonna lie to
you. You ignorant as fuck.
Like, what is your fascination with guns?
That's how we starting the show. Is we starting
with it's like no matter what he does.
Oh, damn, that's no point intended. Damn.
Yeah. You sheriff, relax. But no, like with all seriousness, what is my man fascination with guns?
I don't know.
Like
man.
no matter if he on the court or off the court. He on the court, he doing this. He off the court, he doing this with an actual gun. Like what? My brother, put the gun down.
My only question is why can't you just leave the hood things alone, man? Like, I mean, I don't mean to sound like the hood things like that. It's just like, bro, you are on a different pedestal, man. Like, it's certain things that you know that you cannot do, bro. And it's just the fact that not only did you do it once, you did it twice. So it's like the fact that it's like it's like you don't even care about the rules or the NBA rules. It's like, bro, once you got, like John said, once you got to the NBA, it's like you know the rules, man. It's certain things that you can and cannot do, and that's one of the things that you definitely can't do. And the NBA and the commissioner definitely not having that. So I just really don't understand what's going on with John. I mean, I really don't get why he continuously keeps doing this, especially since they said he comes from a good background, you know what I'm saying? He went to a good school. He had both his parents. You feel me? Like,
I think he
I'm
went to
just kind of, yeah, it's kind of like, why are you acting out? Like, who are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove to people? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want
you
to be
come
an
from
artist.
good people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just don't understand why he has to portray this image of, oh, I'm a thug or I'm about that life. You know what I'm saying? We don't give a damn if you're about the life. We just give a damn if you're about that basketball life. You feel me? Like, we want to see you play. We don't, you doing stuff like this, we're not going to be able to see you play. And clearly, the commissioner's already putting his foot down. The team's already putting his foot down. They already suspended him from team activities. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have a lengthy suspension at the beginning of next season. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be cutting ties from some of his endorsements too. So
You know what he should do though, in all honesty, and you could clip this, John, because I know you like to clip shit. Um, he should stop playing basketball, go in the military, and become a sniper. You want to play with guns so much? Go do it for your country at least. Go be a sniper. You deal with guns all day long. You can touch them and shoot them and play with them all day long. Just don't shoot yourself. But that's what you should do. You want to play with guns so much? Go be a sniper in the
yeah,
military.
go do some type of sport that deals with guns, like being a hunter, something. Like, clearly that's what he likes to do.
Yeah,
Shit.
like go. Hey, you want to play with guns? It's it's a career
You
path.
can be a professional hunter. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, if that's what you
Well,
want
I'll
to
say a
do.
sniper because you get to play with
Well,
them
I
on
mean, I
the
don't know if you want to take the military route. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a different ball game. That's a way different ball game than the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So,
I mean, hey, you want to play with guns? Go do it for your country.
but that's what he
Don't kill
doesn't
the
really have
animals.
that discipline. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Him going to the military, he could possibly build that discipline.
That's
But
exactly what he needs.
yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair
Go
enough.
ahead, man. Enter the military because you want to be. They want you to be a basketball shooter. You want to be an actual shooter. So go be in the military. Do you, bro? Ball out.
I'm curious of what John got to say. Go ahead, brother.
And I'm just no, actually, it's a good idea. I mean, if a military person posts a picture of themselves with a gun on Facebook, everyone's like, "Oh, hey, thanks for your service." Hey, they love it.
Right?
You
Yeah.
post
Salute.
yeah. So if you want to post as many pictures you want and you want props for it, you go that way. Um, the key part of concealed carry, because I'm okay with him owning a gun. I don't have a problem with John owning a gun. Whatever. But like the key part of concealed carry is the concealed part. You know what I mean? Is the keeping it hidden. We all got that one friend though who every time you pull out a camera, he got to let everyone know. Oh, hey, I got this gun. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
hey,
we all don't have that one.
I definitely don't. I was about to say, like you said, I try to keep that friend concealed because
Hey! Put that down.
I'm not saying they want it, but like there's always that one friend where you're not sure because like you'll be at the studio recording or whatever. So all of a sudden next thing there's always that one guy who's always his gun falls out of his waistband or something. It's like, was that an accident or are you just trying to show off? But
John, you can tell when somebody trying to show off. Though,
but the thing is, that guy is always the goofy, like the clown of the group. So is Ja the clown of his group? Is that what he's trying to tell us? He's the dude who never got enough attention, never got and he's finally getting it, and now he's just he can't get enough of it. I don't know what to think of this, man. Like, I mean, sure, I've said my piece already on this several times when it happened before, but like at this point, I'm just like, I don't know what he wants us to think. Does he want us to think because I think he's a tough guy. If you're a tough guy, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna take a shot at the Harry Potter fans, right? My wife is a big fan of Harry Potter and all that stuff, but like that's because there's a lot of people. No offense, but it's a lot of people who aren't tough, aren't masculine, aren't whatever, and they dream bigger, right? They dream, well, if I had these magical powers, I could be something or whatever. There's a lot of kids in Chicago who, they're not tough. They're, little guys, and you'll see them carry a gun because it makes them feel tougher. Ja has it all, man. This man can fly out the gym. He's one of the toughest dudes in the league. He bodies people all the time. What you got to prove? You already that guy. Like, you don't see Mike Tyson walking around with a gun because he knows he got them fists of fury. Like, he can just knock you out. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain guys who don't need to prove they're tougher than they already are because you already know they're tough. So I don't know what Ja's trying to prove. Is he just trying to get attention? Is he trying to prove he's tough? What is he trying to prove? and who around him can help him be like, yo, you already proved it, man. We know who you are. Like let what we already see be who you are, because this is not the tough best version of yourself. And so I don't know what he's trying to prove, but I mean that's obviously, it's not exactly the quick fix, but I'm just saying, like, they got to figure out what this guy's trying to prove, because it's not going to end until until they figure that out.
Yeah, I was just saying this earlier. I was listening to I think it was Mike Wilbon, and he was saying like how much of a no, I'm sorry, not Mike Wilbon. It was Catito Mobley actually. Old Rocket, Houston Rockets. He said that his son is a huge fan of John Morant, and the fact that John Morant is acting out like this, it's like he's kind of like he's the face of the Grizzlies. So he's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, gonna have kids looking up at him. You feel me? So with the tattoos and the dreads and everything, kind of new generations going with the dreads, whatever. But anyway, my point is just the fact of like you got people looking up to you. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you are portraying this, saying, "Oh, I want to be a thug," or "I'm trying to prove that I'm tough," you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand who you have to prove to. But my thing is, if I'm him, with especially him having a daughter, you know what I'm saying? Me, I have a daughter too. I got two daughters. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody looking up to you on a daily basis. You feel me? So the fact that you acting out like this, and I get that he's young. You know what I'm saying? He got to learn from his mistakes. But it's just the fact that you did doing this twice. But you got somebody that's looking up to you every day, man. And like you could possibly mess up your possible future for her and you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the fact that you got to think about the bigger picture of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like your image is her image. You feel me? So it's like, bro, you gotta switch that up, man. Because when she grows up, they're gonna be looking at you like, hey, wait, your dad with the dude who was always flashing his guns on Instagram and da 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 da. She gonna have to go through that shit. You feel me? Because of shit that you're doing. So you got to think bigger picture, bro. So I mean, I don't know. Me as a parent, like I said, I know I'm not the perfect person, but I know I try to watch also what I say and what I do in public, because I know I have kids and they look at me at a daily basis. And what I do also portrays what they do. You feel me? So you just got to think bigger picture, man. So that's all I got to say on that.
No, I agree.
Yeah, he's still on his rookie contract though. Like he hasn't made that generational money yet. You know what I mean? Like and if you think, by the way, if you think, well, he's too good for the NBA to move on, I'm not saying these players are better than him, but like ask Steve Francis, ask Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, ask Stephon Marbury. Go look at players in the NFL. Ask Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. I'm not even saying you have to do nothing crazy. There's certain players like Le'Veon Bell, like the leagues will be like, oh, they will go the extra mile for players who bend over for them. Ben Roethlisberger, Deshaun Watson. But you keep making a statement that like you are not part of what this is, and what you do not represent what they represent. Like a Le'Veon Bell. Keep going back to those names, but I'm just saying, like, the leagues will move on from you. They do not care. They will cut you to save themselves. And so, like, no one's too big for them to hang on to. So, I really, you said someone's kid is a big fan of Ja. We all are big fans of Ja. Like, we want to see him succeed. We have no reason not to. Like, he is good for what the NBA is not as good without him. So, like, it's sad to see him doing this to himself, to his parents, to his kids, his future generation, whatever, like whoever is around him. And it's too bad because whoever is around him is doing this to those people. Whoever these friends are that's influencing him are ruining his children's life. They're ruining his parents' life.
To that point, though.
Yeah, go ahead, Nico.
Can you blame his friends? Because, his friend was the one recording. And John took it upon himself to pull a gun out and flash it. And even when his friend realized what he did, he put the camera down pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm not saying his best friends. I'm saying
it's him.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying there's somebody around him that he's trying to influence, and hopefully whoever that is, maybe you're right. Maybe it is all him. Then I would hope that they get to him and be like, yo, this isn't what we want either.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, also too, man. Somebody around him has to step up and talk to him and sit him down or something, and actually put him into. If he really needs help, he needs to sit down, other than just for a day or two, and he needs to go for away for a while if he really needs help. But I mean, at the end of the day, he needs that somebody around in his circle, whoever it is, even if it's somebody outside the circle, even if somebody NBA, his teammate, somebody, anybody, you know what I'm saying? Just reach out to him and try to talk to him, man. Because at the end of the day, man, you about to ruin your career, man, and
But and
it's
I
about to be
think
no coming back.
to your point though, well, teammates can't help either because they say the first situation was after Steven Adams held an all players meeting about
Yeah,
them going out.
that's fair. That's
So he
fair.
ain't listening to nobody. He like, I'm gonna do what I do. I'll holler at y'all though.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why somebody in the family, somebody in a circle, somebody has to take that bigger step and be like, "Hey, bro, what you're doing is going to ruin what we have, or what we're trying to build." You know what I'm saying? Or what you're trying to build. You feel me? So just somebody in that circle has to step up and be like, "Hey, man, we got to switch some shit up for real."
Yeah.
But yeah, Nico, you're right though. It all comes down to him. Like no matter what anyone does, like we talked about this
Absolutely.
Fernando Tatis. The difference between Tatis and we'll see, what time will tell. But what seems to be the difference between Tatis and a lot of these other players is he felt sorry that he let down his team. He didn't just come out and be like, "Yo, I'm sorry I did this," blah blah blah. He felt sorry. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry I did this to them. I'm sorry I did this to that person." And like that's the thing is, until you actually feel like, "Oh, I'm bringing other people down," I agree. Like nobody's gonna be able to get to him through to him.
Yeah. So hopefully, he figures it out. Hopefully.
Definitely pray for the best, man.
Yeah, 100%. But in other news, Phoenix has used their head coach Monty Williams, I feel, as a scapegoat in this situation of letting him go after Kevin Durant came over mid-season. Chris Paul get hurt yet again in the playoffs, and DeAndre Ayton comes and goes. I really feel like he was the scapegoat. I think if I would like to see the team fully healthy. What can they do? And like me and John were talking on the last show, he might he might have been the only one that could get what he got out of DeAndre Jordan. I mean DeAndre Ayton. And it's I to be honest, I don't know where you go here. I definitely think you need to bring in,
Go to the Bucks.
the likes of a Mark Jackson or somebody. But I don't. To be honest, though, I don't even think the Bucks are
What?
the. I don't, because the thing is Giannis happy being there? Do you really? If I'm Monty Williams and hypothetically, right, Giannis is 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Do you really want to be there? So
Giannis
if
is
he
definitely
leaves, you're used
wrong.
again as the scapegoat.
I was just throwing out a suggestion. I'm gonna let you finish your segment, then I'm gonna go. But I was just saying, hey, maybe the Bucks. You feel me? So I just
But
feel
but
like
I'm
that
saying,
team, it has this kind of the same setup as the Suns did a little bit, but you actually gonna
yeah,
have
but is
people.
that a good thing?
I mean, but you actually gonna have people that's gonna be healthy. You're gonna have a healthier team. Not saying that anything could possibly happen, but you gonna have Giannis who's gonna give you 100% effort on every play. You feel me? Compared to DeAndre Ayton, who I might play hard on 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna be lackadaisical for 5 minutes. You feel me? So, and then like I said, you got Brooke Lopez. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be bringing back the majority of their core, other than maybe possibly not Chris Middleton. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to find a way
That's
to
a
bring.
big piece.
I know, but I'm sure they're gonna find a way to bring back Chris Middleton. But I just know he's a free agent. So
Think if
I
I'm
mean,
Monteo, before you get any job, make sure the person you want to coach is all in. Because if he hit you with the I'll see how this season go, and then I may make a decision. It's like, nah, dog, I ain't about you. Nah, hell no. You ain't about to leave and have him thinking I'm the reason he left. Nope, nope, can't do it. But go ahead, Walt. What do you have?
oh no, like I said, I definitely agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like they definitely use him as a scapegoat, just like how they do with any other coach. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to certain situations like that. But yeah, like I said, with that whole situation with bringing Kevin Durant on, Chris Paul getting injured, everybody's still trying to pretty much figure out their place with the Suns, I should say, because everything was still kind of coming together towards the end of the season. So, of course, like I said, they, like you said, try to use Monty as a scapegoat. But I mean, honestly, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him go to the Bucks or something like that, just because like I said, I feel like he'll get more of an effort out of those players than possibly he would with the players with the Suns. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly some of those players didn't want to be there with the Suns, and I ain't gonna throw no names out there, but y'all know who I'm talking about. So I mean, it just kind of wasn't meshing. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's head wasn't there, I should say, to begin with. So why not go, like I said, go to the Bucks where everything is kind of already set in stone. You just got to kind of put your little, 1-2 on it, and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? And then possibly, hey, you could possibly get the Bucks another championship. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't know, but yeah, but like I said, I agree with you. They use him as a scapegoat, but I'm sure he's going to find a job immediately. Somebody's going to definitely pick up him because his record with the Suns before he got there was terrible. So him when he got there, he built up a good resume enough to where towards he can get another job.
John?
I think KD is really good at getting coaches fired wherever he goes.
Okay,
no, I'm not. That was a low blow. Yeah, the fix to the Suns was not getting rid of Monty Williams. It was obviously getting rid of either that. It was getting rid of not getting rid of Ayton. Like, and I'm not saying you have to get rid of him, like, but I want 18 and 10 from him. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking for 18 and 10. The guy gave me about 14 during the playoffs. That can't happen because on the other end, you gave up a 53 piece to Nikola Jokic. So, like, you're not giving – if you only give me 14 on this end, then you at least got to hold the guy to, like, 30 on the other end. You can't give up 53 when you scoring 14. So, Ayton's the problem. And it's not because, like, oh, well, I don't need scoring from him. I have Devin Booker. I have Kevin Durant. But when you're getting paid that kind of money, I'm going to need a little more out of you. I need something. I honestly think that the problem with the Suns was they let Jay Crowder go. He's one of the best help defenders for Ayton. When Ayton's got the one-on-one with Jokic, Jay was great at coming around and giving you that help, getting that steal when Jokic would try to back you down, try all that fancy stuff. Jay would be there. They don't have that no more. They don't have that guy who's, that. And so the Celtics had him last night. I forget, Robert Williams, I think, who just, gave Horford great help defense. Like Embiid couldn't get nothing done with, I think it was Robert Williams there with the help. They need that. So you've got to get rid of Ayton's contract. It has nothing to do with how good or talented he is, but I can't get that much production from a guy getting paid that much when I could go get other help. So I would like to see him go get KD's old, teammate Nick Claxton, or go get, maybe steal Jared Allen or Mobley from the Cavs. I don't know. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, like, they got to go get somebody on. You can't have a guy 4 years, 132 million putting up those kind of numbers. It just can't happen. So I would like to see them go do that and then get Jay Crowder back, man. Go get him back. What was stupid? But they already broke this up by sending Monty Williams on. I'm sure, we've seen with the Celtics, you can just plug in another coach every year and they just keep right on winning. But that's not guaranteed to happen with every team. So I'm wondering if there was some sort of problem within the team with Monty Williams, because it doesn't make sense why they'd let him go. And by the way, the Chris Paul factor, I'm out, man. I'm out. Like, you get hurt in the Rockets Warriors series, you afraid to shoot in the OKC series, you wouldn't pull the trigger, and then now you get hurt again. Like, I know these things happen, that's fine, but like, in all the biggest moments, you either don't.
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have like the worst playoff.
Yeah,
so I get that, but like, you can't have two of them. You can't have him and KD, injury-prone dudes on the same team.
But the same thing with the Clippers.
Okay, but I'm just saying you can't have two of them. You got to have at least only one. And so if I have to pick, I'm picking KD. I'm letting Chris Paul go if I can, if I'm them too.
Well,
I'm
they
leaving him.
already possibly saying that Chris
Or
and
I'm
DeAndre probably won't be there next year.
or I'm doing like Boston. I'm doing like a 2 point guard system. Three actually in Boston with Brogdon, but I'm switching to a 2 point guard system and letting Chris, do his minutes and then bring in someone else. You got to go get another point guard. You got to go get that help defender like your Jay Crowder, like your Andrew Wiggins, like your whatever. And then you just got to go get yourself a center who I don't want points from you. Just play defense. Like just play defense. Steve Adams, I don't care who you are. Like let's just play defense. We got the scoring handled. Play defense. Don't give up 53.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that I think it's time for Chris Paul to finally come off the bench and run that second unit. Honestly,
It might be time for him to finally retire.
no,
No, like
I don't-
kid,
I
kid
don't-
with the Mavericks
yeah,
when
that's
JJ
perfect.
Barea came
That's,
started
that's
over.
perfect. That's perfect. I mean, go find you a team where you can be a nice little backup. Quarter. I mean, I say quarterback, point guard. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's possibly a caliber. They, huh? I mean, I get that. I get it. But at the same time, bro, you have to do what's best for the team and what's best for
I
yourself,
agree.
yourself in that situation to win a
but-
championship, man.
I agree, but we all know it's easier said than done.
I mean, but I feel like Chris Paul's ego. I mean, he has an ego, but I don't think it should be that big enough to where towards he can't feel himself, especially like with his resume. Like John just said, bro, you get it. Your history, your career is pretty much built on injuries for real. Like if you go down the line of his whole career, it's literally he's been injured in big time moments. Every time it was time for him to step up. So I mean, it's just not your. It's not on you to do it by yourself. So it's just you got to put that ego aside, put yourself up in a situation where towards you could possibly win a championship, man. Because it's just at the end of the day, you're not capable of doing it as a starting point guard. It's just,
with that being said, since Chris Paul is not capable of being the guy, is Julius Randle capable of being the guy in New York as a 1 or a 2? Can the Knicks really win a championship with Julius Randle as the 1 or the 2? I personally feel no. I think he can be your Chris Bosh or your Kevin Love on the team, but I don't think he can be your Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Kobe, Pau Gasol. I think he has to be, it's and nothing against him. I just don't think you can depend on him when
in the regular season,
tight.
okay. In the regular season, you can, but just not the playoffs.
You could depend on Peyton Manning in the regular season. No, let me stop. But no. But with all seriousness, I think he's a great 3. He's a great third wheel on a team, and I think that's going to be what's best for him. Now, maybe he's, like Giannis, 1 foot in, 1 foot out in New York. Maybe it has weighed on him, and he's just tired of all the noise coming out of Madison Square Garden. Maybe he don't like the way Bronson took over the team and this is his first year there. I don't know, and I don't think we'll ever know until they come out with a 30-30 for 30 in 20 years. But I mean, I don't think he can. I do think, maybe for him, change of scenery may be good. Now where that is could be, I'm gonna say something crazy. Could be Golden State. They figured it out before with KD and Steph and Clay as far as money. So money ain't an issue up there in Silicon Valley. So it would be interesting if he was to leave where he would go, because I think that this playoff run proved it. You're not the second or the first. You're probably best as a number 3. So what you got on it, John?
Yeah, he's clearly a 3. Knicks fans probably aren't gonna like this, but if you have a guy like Kobe or Dirk who gave you MVPs, championships, title runs, even though you didn't win him. Like, you can do that, right? In the NBA, they like to keep a guy around 5 years past his prime as a respect for what he's done for the team. But the Knicks are on the verge of being something. The outside Boston and Milwaukee, like the East is shaky. And so, the number 3 is up for grabs every year. And, you're one back injury away from, Giannis back injury away from being that team. Like, I'm just saying, like, the Knicks are not super far from being great if they go get one more piece. Now, personally, again, Knicks fans, listen, just bear with me. I would like to see you guys go get Pascal Siakam. Go save that man from Canada. Put him on a legit contender. That man is a player. That man puts up playoff numbers in the playoffs. He doesn't disappear. He's consistent. He's great. He plays defense. He does it all. Go pair him with Jalen Brunson. I don't know if you can keep Randall. I don't want to see Randall go off into the desert. I don't want to see him go play for the Wizards or nothing like that. I want to see him play for a contender. So I'm not saying right off in the sunset. I agree with Nico. Like, he's a solid 3, man. I want to see him play for a contending team, but he just cannot be the number 1 or the number 2 for the Knicks. I don't know if you want to run 2 bigs with him and Siakam, but I'm just saying, like the Bucks did it. The Bucks, their 3 highest scorers, I think, were Portis, Lopez, and Giannis. Like,
but they got height. Milwaukee has a lot of height.
Right, but I'm just saying, so you can do it. You can do it because Siakam's more of a mid-range to inside guy. Randall likes to shoot the threes.
Ain't they both like 6'9"?
Yeah, so I'm just saying you can keep him. I'm not saying you got to get rid of Randall, but he just cannot be the guy. Jalen Brunson's clearly the guy. We talked about this at the beginning of the playoffs. He's about to prove himself that he is better than Randall, and Randall had a nice regular season. So Knicks fans, like, you don't owe him that much. You don't have to keep Randall around because of what he's done for you because he hasn't won you the titles yet. So I'm not saying get rid of him, but you don't owe him that kind of allegiance. Like, it's okay to either move on from him or move him down the roster. And that has to happen or else Knicks will just stay in that garbage area. Like, we're not good enough to win, but not good enough to get drafted.
Julius Randle on 6'8".
Yeah.
Elton Brand.
All right. So it's my turn. Is it time for me to go?
Go ahead.
Go for
it. All right. So, all right, I'm not going to be as, cruel as you guys are. I'm going to give this man the benefit of the doubt only because of the fact of the man had a great regular season. He was averaging 25, did his thing. He was balling out. But you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He got hurt right at the end of the season. He was playing all 82 games right before he got hurt. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because of the fact he tried to play through that ankle soreness or whatever he had going on, because it looked like he twisted both ankles twice. I think once in the regular season and then once against the Cavs, if I'm not mistaken. Now I know I just said that he doesn't really show up in the playoffs, but I mean he's only been in the playoffs twice. You know what I'm saying? That was in 2021 and just recently this year. Both series both times he's averaged 18 and 17. So it's not the best of numbers, but at the end of the day, I do agree with you. He's definitely not a number 1. We all realize that throughout this playoff that the number 1 is definitely Brunson. Dude is straight out balling for a reason. That combination with him and his pops, you know what I'm saying, that's clearly working for the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? So he's putting up career highs right now with the Knicks. So he's clearly the number 1. But my question for y'all is, if Julius Randle is number 3, who the hell is number 2?
You got to go find him.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. You got to go find him. I agree. Like, RG Barrett's not that guy. Like, they don't have that guy, so you got to go find him. I agree with that. So that's why, like I said, I think Pascal Siakam is that guy.
I just don't feel like you should get rid of him, though, only because of the fact of, he's got injured. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he still has that potential. Huh?
Maybe it's not so much getting rid of him. Maybe New York has stressed him out. He like, look, I need to change the scenery.
But he's improved every year that he's been in the league, though.
I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm just saying he can't be the number 2 or the 1. I just don't think he is.
I don't know. I feel like he's definitely. I don't want to say he's a number 2. I feel like he's definitely the number 2 of the Knicks right now. It's just the fact, like I said, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he was injured to that playoffs. I feel like if he didn't get that injury with twisting the same ankle twice, who knows what kind of performance he could have possibly had. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, I'm not saying that everybody's playing through some type of injury in the playoffs. I get it. But trying to play through a severe ankle sprain. That's kind of difficult, and to try to still put up the same number that you was putting up in the regular season in the playoffs, I mean, that's definitely not going to happen. So,
Okay.
like I said, me personally, I'm not going to be as cruel. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him that benefit of the doubt. So, I would definitely like to see him come back stronger next year. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him if they can make it to the playoffs. Of course, they're going to need some more moves for sure. For sure, I'm not really sure exactly who's going to be out there to where towards they can get, but the core that they have is not bad. You know what I'm saying? But they are missing one piece. I just really can't tell you what that piece is, honestly. But
So to that,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah. To that point, I just feel like they just shouldn't get rid of Randall. I feel like he's definitely giving they all because I mean, just going back to John's point, he's one of those guys that's gonna give you probably a full season, at least 82 games, unless something happens. You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of guys I feel like that you need in nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays in the game. So because you got a lot of players that's taking days off when ain't shit wrong with them. So Julius Randle, I want him on my squad. You feel me? Because if you're willing to play all 82 games, I'm cool with that. You feel me? And then especially like I said with the production he did, 25 and 10, that shit that DeAndre Ayton's supposed to be putting up there. And this dude is 6'8", and DeAndre Ayton is 7 foot. So that effort level, I like his effort level compared to that. So that's all I gotta say on that.
So you say we was harsh, right?
A little bit, just a little bit.
So if we harsh, what is Joel Embiid for throwing his team under the bus?
Ooh, I like how you kind of put that. Okay, all right.
No, I need you to answer that.
Oh, you want me to answer that? Oh, Joel, that definitely was a dickhead move, in my opinion. It was. Because it's like, bro, my thing is, okay, I can understand that if you put up a 30 piece, you had 14, and you shot, what was that, 3 for 15 or 3 for 19 or something like that. So for you to say, oh, if it wasn't me and Harden, we did our thing. Harden only had 9 points.
Real quick, I'm gonna read off these stats real quick.
Please do.
They shot 37% field goal percentage yesterday, 31 of 83, 8 of 37 from 3, 94% from the free throw line. And then you was in foul trouble. They kind of evened out on the fouls, evened out on points in the paint, evened out on blocks. Boston had 3 more steals, and they had a guy that scored 51. But that's story for another day. But like he scored 15, he played 38 minutes. Harden scored 9, and he played 41 minutes. You talking about you and James Harden? Where the hell was James Harden?
That's what I'm saying. And somebody made a good point.
And James, where was James?
Somebody made a good point. They said James got them the 2 dubs. You know what I'm saying? I give him. He got them the 2 dubs. So honestly, if anybody needs to be thrown under the bus, it's definitely Joel, because Joel was definitely not the X factor like he was supposed to be in this playoff series. You know what I'm saying? And granted, like I said, he was injured, but you know what I'm saying. Maybe that's on you for not, coming back too soon. You know what I'm saying? Because you talking about when you won MVP, be like, oh, you told everybody, oh, I'm back. Like, bitch, excuse my language, but you ain't do shit when you came back. You feel me? Like, bruh, like you just had that beautiful regular season performance. You know what I'm saying? Winning the MVP, and then it's like, bro, you come into the playoffs, and then you do some bullshit talking about you. I think you only put up like 22 on.
Why is Harris their leading scorer?
Yeah, I think he only was averaging like 22 and like 7 or 8 or something like that. Yeah, I'm like, what happened? What happened to that intensity that got you the league MVP though? You feel me? So I was highly disappointed in Joel, definitely. And like I said, if anybody need to be thrown on the bus, it's definitely him. You know what I'm saying? Because if anything, he messed up the whole chemistry or whatever that they had going. Because Harden, he showed up for 2 games. For 2 games, he showed up for 2 games, but I felt like Embiid should have been a little bit more, effective in this series. You know what I'm saying?
So John, go ahead. How hard or how harsh? If we was harsh, how harsh is Joel Embiid for throwing his team under the bus?
You know what? I was like, he said that Embiid deserves the blame. Like, I wasn't even gonna really be that hard on Embiid until he came out and said this. Like, because go look at the numbers. Him and Harden in this game, 8 of 29. which is
Now,
about.
now, if you say that after you drop 50, it's like, all right, you got.
That's what I'm saying.
But you,
No. If they had combined for 50, we might have given them.
hell no.
Like
But
these two combined for 24 points.
24 points, bro.
So the two of them shot 8 of 29 for about 28%, I believe. The rest of the team shot 43% for the game. Here's another stat. They were 1-0 against the Celtics without Embiid. They were 2-4 with him. So, there's another stat for you, Embiid, if you want to talk about that. But I'll say this. I owe an apology to Celtics, not because I was wrong. I overlooked one thing. Do you remember when the Miami Heat were great and we all overlooked one thing because we just didn't know at the time? Eric Spoelstra.
Oh.
I overlooked this coach. I didn't know he was this good. He outcoached because guy who's not getting a lot of blame right now, Doc Rivers. Doc got outcoached in this last game. He has two defensive player. He has two top five. The last two top five defensive player of the year. Derek White was in the top 5, first NBA All Defense, and Marcus Smart was the year before. He pulled both of them and put Robert Williams out there, and he said the same game plan that they lost with game 4, where James Harden hit that shot, or was it 5 when he hit that shot when they just left him in the corner? Mm-hmm. They ran that same game plan again the whole time. They said, you know what? We're going to let you shoot. PJ Tucker turned into Ben Simmons. This man would not shoot the ball. Go look how many times PJ was open in the corner, and they just said, he ain't going to shoot. Why would we guard him? And he wouldn't. They would kick it to the corner, and PJ would pump fake and then kick it right back to Embiid. PJ wanted so badly for Embiid to get this game done by himself or something. I don't know, but PJ would not shoot. That man cannot be eating up that many minutes if he's, going to be doing that. You got to shoot, man. You got to shoot that ball. And then, I just feel like Missoula just outcoached Doc Rivers. And by the way, Doc Rivers has been outcoached a lot the last couple of years. He's been under a lot of heat lately. I feel like he's gotten away from it this series. Somehow he didn't get a lot of heat. I feel like he deserves it for this last game. But also James Harden, man, he returned to who he was. That's what it was. For 2 games we thought we were seeing 2018 James Harden, and then he returned to 2023 James Harden. But I do not blame him because he gave him those 2 games, and so you know what, he don't owe them every single game. So yeah, I mean, I just think Doc got outcoached. That's the main thing. I don't think it's been talked about. But yeah, Embiid, I'm sorry. Now all the blame's on you because I don't care. I'm not listening to that. When you come out and say that, nah, you're not that guy. Tyrese Maxey gave you 20 points a game for 7 straight games. He averaged 20 for the series. Who is getting that from their third best player on any team? Not very many teams are getting that from their third player. So
Tyrese is averaging 20 and Tobias is averaging 15.
I will say Tobias is overpaid. He's definitely overpaid for what he gives the team.
That's fair.
But so I would, he should give more production for what he's paid. And he's, they're gonna have to decide about that because they got paid Tyrese. You can't let him. You got to pay that man. You can't let him go. So, but yeah, I mean, you know what? Screw you, Joel. Man, I've defended this man all year long, and then to come out and say something like this when you guys shot the air out the ball, you guys, your shots look so flat in the last game. And then they win without you, and then Maxey's giving you 20, and you give him no props. I'm sorry, nah. Joel, that team bus, you can get under it yourself.
Yeah. So, why teams are being thrown under the bus? Is another team breaking up, and the Golden State Warriors? Is this the end of the dynasty? Because I mean, if they were to break up, I think the odd man out, as we all will agree here, is Draymond Green. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not. It's just funny because it's just they say that Draymond was the mole in the series against the Lakers because of how close he was with LeBron.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't hear that.
The
That's
rat.
funny.
So,
That's funny, but
I didn't hear that, but that's petty. If it is any truth
hey,
to that.
I'm
yeah,
just saying.
it's funny, but that's petty. Yeah, for sure.
When I'm reading, that's what I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's true. Let me put allegedly in front of that. You feel me? So
Yeah,
yeah, that's just some of the
you heard through the grapevine.
yeah some sources on the
If it's
internet.
said in jest, that's funny. But if they're being serious, nah, they got to keep that team together. I mean, I Wiggins just came back. Um, if anything, I got to figure out what's going on with Clay, and of course Draymond. Like I'm keeping Jordan Poole. I know people that's a big contract for a guy, but you need some youth on that team, and this is a great player. You cannot let him go. I understand you guys the NBA wants to sell his jersey, and it's hard to sell when he's competing with four of the players on his team. And if he went to Charlotte, he'd be great with LaMelo Ball, I personally think. But he'd sell a lot of jerseys, he'd sell tickets, But you got to keep him if you're the Warriors, man. This kid's key to your, the success keeping going. So if anything, I'm talking to Clay. I'm saying, Clay, what's going on? You got to talk to me. We can't have this again. And then, of course, Draymond, man. I'm like, bro, your thing is defense. And no offense, but you're getting older. Your defense is not what it was. So if you're not giving me points, now he's a great, point guard, point forward, whatever they call him. So I get that he does the assists and he can give you a few points, but if he's not giving me that defense and the points aren't there, I don't need him just around for assists. Like you're not Rajon Rondo, so like I'm gonna need something else from him. I'm gonna see him start to move down the bench and see I got to bring in someone else who can play his position a little bit better or at the same level, and then have two of them at least. But I think the key is I'm talking to Clay. That's where I'm starting. Like, what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh.
My bad, my bad. Walt. Go ahead, go ahead. What
Oh
was your
no, I'll make sure I keep it short and sweet. Now, now I'll just say I agree with John. Like I said, honestly, I would definitely don't see why they wouldn't want to keep Jordan Poole. And see why would he wanting to stay, I should say. So, like I definitely agree with John. I would definitely see what's up with Clay because Clay, his performance in that last series, I think he averaged like maybe 6 points, 9 points, something like that. He was shooting like 36%. So I mean, clearly Clay, he definitely his headspace wasn't there. He was doing more talking than actually game plan, I should say. So yeah, pretty much just making sure you keep that same core together and make sure that you continue to bring those young guys in. Like he said, the Wiggins and the Moody and
Kaminga, man. Why did they play Kaminga the whole stinking playoffs? Like
you got to just give those young guys a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if you like I said, if you keep the same core guys together, I do feel like they can still, of course, compete in the West. Next year, hands down, regardless if they keep on or not. So
don't listen to ESPN. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
don't get rid of Jordan Poole. That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely be a bad move for sure.
I know the NBA wants them too. I really do.
He's not. No, I'm about to say he's not Curry 2.0, but I mean he's definitely somebody who can definitely still give you about a good 15 or 20 off the bench easy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if not more,
he can go to any team right now and give him 20. So and I know the NBA wants him to because there's some teams that need to sell tickets and need to sell jerseys that ain't. And he'd be great for them, but don't listen to ESPN. Don't let them break up this team. This is a good team, man. Keep it together, run it back.
yeah.
F the Warriors, no.
So let me ask you guys this: we're not gonna make predictions because these conference finals are gonna go on for a while.
Nuggets,
but who are your four? One from each team. X factors for these conference finals and for their team to win. We're gonna start with you, John.
Nikola Jokic, LeBron. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, those guys. But I'm outside the box. For the Nuggets, it's got to be Jamal Murray. He's got to outdo D'Angelo Russell. You cannot have D'Angelo Russell compete with you. You got to prove you're better. You got to bail out Jokic because I believe the Lakers. One thing they can do is they can defend the post. So I'd like to see them, give Anthony Davis some help, but also let him go to work. Let him do his thing, man. Let him play defense. I like 15 and 15 AD. I don't need 40 from him every night. If he gives me a 15-15 and holds your guy to 20 or 18 or 25, I'll be happy with that. So but also give that man some help too. Play some help defense. Play team ball, man. So for the Nuggets, it's definitely Jamal Murray. He's got to bail his guy out when the pressure comes. And then for the Lakers, I mean, Austin Reeves has been great. So I guess he just got to keep being that guy. Like he's just got to keep being in the right spot because LeBron will find you. Like Austin Reeves is a great player not because he's better than everyone on the court, but because he knows where to be, and he knows LeBron. He trusts LeBron to do his thing and to reward him for being in the right spots, and LeBron will. LeBron will reward you. So Austin Reeves is definitely that guy.
LeBron trusts.
Say what?
I say it's the other way around. LeBron.
Wait! Don't say nothing. Let him finish. All right.
No, LeBron did not trust Mario Chalmers. What are you talking about?
Okay. No.
I'm just saying LeBron trusts people who are trustworthy.
We're not talking. Nope. Talk about that later. Who is your X factor for Miami and Boston?
Boston and Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum has got to keep doing his thing. Who was it said the other day? The scariest players are the ones who just don't. Trae Young, I think, might have said it about Jason Tatum. Scariest players are the ones who just don't stop shooting. Because you went 3 for 11 the other night. Bang! Here's a 51 piece. By the way, a couple months ago, Joel dropped that same exact game on them. He gave them 52, 13, and 6. Tatum said, "Payback. Here's 51, 13, and 6." So, Jason Tatum is the guy. I know he's the clear, obvious one, but I really believe that. Like he is the guy. Like he has to keep the turnovers down, let your players do what they do, and you just do great at it. So keep going, Tatum. Well, too, I guess Joe Mazzulla is the key. And then who was the other series? Miami.
Yes,
same series.
The key to Miami is just listen. Don't get swept. All right. I'm not trying to be mean. I love Miami. I'm a big fan, but no Oladipo, no Tyler Hero. No. Hang on. I just think fatigue is gonna start setting in because you're short several players. So that means other players have been picking up extra minutes. I just think that it's gonna get harder later in the season. I just think you're gonna see a lot of fatigue. We saw this from Jimmy in the bubble. But yeah, obviously Jimmy Butler is the key. He's got to take efficient shots. He can't go 7 for 21. He's got to take efficient shots. He's got to be that guy who passes, but he's got to defend too. But I'm just being realistic, man. Miami I'm excited though. Spoelstra versus Mazzulla matchup. I mean, that's a great coaching thing. So I think the series could go 6. But
all right,
I think that's it.
All right, so for Denver, for this Denver LA series, I'm gonna go Michael Porter Jr. and Rui Hachimura because I think Michael Porter he has to be. You can't, they cannot let it be the Murray and Jokic show. You have to get at least 15 or better a game. If he can do that, they will win this series. Same thing with Rui. I think Rui will get a lot of time because his size. He's long. The Denver's long. And I think Rui's going to be out there probably guarding a lot of Aaron Gordon and or Michael Porter Jr. I think they're both the X factors. And I think Rui the same thing. You can give the Lakers on top of what Austin Reeves, LeBron, and AD gives them, and Russell. If you can be that fifth guy, get your 15 to 20 a game, they should win the series. With the Miami and Boston series, I think the X factor it got to be Grant Williams because I think he's going to be guarding a lot of Jimmy Butler and Bam. If he can, you ain't gonna stop him. But if he can get 25 on 30 shots, you can live with that. If he 10 for 15, it's like all right, he cooking. he on one. But if he can just make it tough for him, put that body on Jimmy, because Jimmy, he will get fatigued eventually because he has had to be that guy. And then I think for Miami, you got to be Max Strus. You got to come with it. If he can average 15 plus in this series consistently with what Bam and Vincent, with them being productive, if Matt Strus can kind of keep that lane open because he's hitting them threes from the corner or the top of the key, I think I can see Miami going back to the finals again. So those are my four X factors. Who you got, Walt?
Uh, well, clearly from my that Lakers and Nuggets, I want to. I got two. I got AD, of course. I need him. I love to see that matchup between him and Yoke. I feel like that matchup is gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying, between the both of those big men. So that's one of them. And honestly, I feel like Lonnie Walker can definitely be another X factor in this, man. Just 'cause I feel like people gonna be possibly sleeping on him, man. I definitely feel like he can. He's definitely good on the defensive side, as we can see. He can come in and shoot the three, no problem. So I definitely think Lonnie Walker can be a big key in this series against the Nuggets. For now, on the Nugget side, I would have to go with probably Michael Porter Jr. as well, because I definitely feel like Jokic and Jamal Murray are definitely gonna get his, but I definitely feel like this is a series where Michael Porter can definitely show out, and he can possibly average a little bit about between 15 and 20, just because of sometimes how lackadaisical the Lakers get on the defensive side. So I really feel like this is possibly he can show out in this series as well. For Miami, it's kind of tough. I want to say Stroot as well, but I go Gabe Vincent. If he can stay consistent, you know what I'm saying, with his point guard play. I know him and Lowry has kind of been going back and forth with that on the minute side, but I think he's been starting. And I think he's actually been doing a pretty decent job on the starting side. If he can stay consistent with knocking down the shots, I definitely feel like the Miami Heat can will have a chance. I'm not saying they're going to win just because Boston is completely deep. And like I said, I'll get to them in a second. But just going back to what Nico was saying, Miami having some key injuries, or John might have said it, them having some key injuries is definitely going to kind of play a big part of, a lot more starters playing more minutes. So, if Gabe Vincent can step up, I definitely think that would be a good key for Miami. But for Boston, I think it's Brogdon. Brogdon, if he can continue on what he's been doing, averaging 20, coming off the bench, that trio between him and Marcus Smart and and Derek White, bro, it's like that. It's like that. That's unstoppable. I don't know what Missoula play drawing up for that is, but man, that shit is like unstoppable. It's been unstoppable this whole playoff. So that rotation between the three of them, man, is just like you just never know who gonna give you 15, because all three of those guys can give you 15 plus. You feel me? And possibly like six plus assists. You feel me? So that combination at the point guard, it's just nasty. And then, like I said, Boston is just it's deep. They're deep. They're so deep, man. So I definitely got Boston winning the series. I won't say it would be a sweep, but I do think Miami can at least get twos.
All right. Now it's time for the quiz.
Woo.
Oh, we're doing a quiz. All right, you ready?
Yeah. What you got for us today?
You want to set it up?
And don't make it nobody that we don't know.
Well, today I kind of try to make it a little bit easier for y'all, since I got some complaints last time, I guess. Jeez. About them not really being, they were too random of NBA players.
Ain't nobody know what no damn Bob Cousy look like. Yeah,
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. This the history. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You got to look it up.
Yes, we've heard of
today for Nico. I tried to make it a little bit easier. So, here we go. We about to get it popping. Let's get it.
All right, Nico. Number one. All right, give it a few seconds. But Nico, you know who this is.
You know who that is?
The mid-range man himself.
Yeah, Danny Granger. Yeah.
All right. Yes. There you go.
The man who set it up for Paul George to keep it going, just like we just talked about.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. He got injured,
That boy was a dog for sure.
Oh, yeah, he was a mid-range. He was dangerous, man.
He was a mid-range killer before mid-range.
Was that Glenn Robinson?
close. You got the first name right.
Rice, right?
Yeah.
Glenn
Rice.
Rice.
Rice. Yeah, Glenn Rice.
Yeah. You threw me off for a second. I was like, wait, do I not know who this is?
Okay, all right. Looking good
Ooh,
today.
Nico with the assist on that one. Okay.
That's Kevin McHale.
There you go.
Kevin Durant.
Boston, Boston legend. You know what I'm saying? You know him alongside Larry Bird. You feel me? So
Man, I gotta get that haircut next.
go to the next damn picture, man.
Come on, man, Reggie.
Black Jesus. No, I'm just playing.
Ooh.
No, I'm just
Man,
playing.
one of the most underrated players of all
I'm just
time.
playing for you Chicago fans. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
I think he's the only player to ever take Jordan to 7 in the playoffs.
I think so.
Sounds about right.
I think so. Reggie was definitely that dude. I'm sorry that they don't have Reggie Miller on none of the all NBA teams on 2K though, honestly. But I think that's like a contract dispute between them. So, but I miss playing with Reggie though. I really do.
Get your money, Reggie. Yeah, he
Yes.
was fun and yeah.
Boy, whew.
Oh, Nico, you know this one. We just talked about him.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we just talked about Jordan. We were talking about Jordan.
Yeah, but not that Jordan.
It's the original Jordan.
Go ahead, John.
Well, I'm trying to name the people on his shoulders. I don't know who those are. That's Jordan Clarkson, man.
Yeah, that's Jordan Clarkson. Y'all know who that is.
Yeah.
No clue. I got no clue. Oh, man, I'm
Mr.
glad.
Guarantee.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. That commercial he got out right now with himself when he like, hey, I wonder how many championships I'm gonna win in the future. He's like, nope, don't tell me. I want to surprise, bro. I don't know why that commercial was so hilarious to me, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I used to like playing with them on 2K. Mike Bibby, Stojakovic.
Yeah, that's the 2-pointer right there.
I like playing with Stojakovic. I never played much with. Well, I guess if I
that little whole team, what was that, the 2001 team when they had Chris Webber, Bibby, Stojakovic, what was it, Turkoglu, Doug Christie,
Bloody Divac in that team.
Jason Williams was just talking about it this week. He was talking about like he understands why the Kings got rid of him. Like he said, they were better without me. Like they just meshed better without me.
That is crazy. I mean, I like the fact that he took accountability for that because that is hard to admit, though.
All right.
Yeah, and he went on 1-1 with Miami, so he got his ring.
Hey, facts.
What's the next one? Okay. Go ahead,
Who is it, Nico?
That's another Indiana killer from back in the Miami days.
Indiana killer.
Well, he was.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
He used to be a dog.
People don't mess with this guy.
Hibbert.
What, Nico?
What you say?
I said people didn't mess with this guy when.
No, they didn't. I wouldn't have left for David West either.
Oh,
yeah, David West. Whenever he started coming into the pile, everyone would be like, "Oh, you know, I'm gonna go back to my bench right about now."
Man, he wasn't the best productive power forward, but I mean, he was definitely.
Hey, that mid range was clutch, though.
Yeah, his mid range.
That mid range he had a soft touch.
He would have been great to have on your hockey team. Like, hey, we got to throw gloves. Oh, okay. All right. Send David West. Boom.
David West was always definitely down to fight for sure.
Who else you got?
Oh.
Darius Miles.
Oh. That used to be his thing. You don't remember that?
Yeah. You don't remember that, John?
No, I don't remember.
When they was in LA? Him and Quentin Richardson.
Okay.
Yeah, every time somebody do a dunk or he had hit a three in somebody's face or something, they go like that. I hope I ain't throwing them no gang signs. I promise you, I'm not.
Yeah, just stop.
It feels familiar, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Hey.
Oh, I know this one. Wait.
That's your favorite player.
This is Pamela McGee's son.
That's me.
That's who?
That's me.
This is Pamela McGee's son. that lady who I remember she came out and said, "Check, stop making fun of my son."
Boy, just put it out already. God damn.
JaVale McGee.
I'm a big JaVale fan. This man actually had really good moves in practice. But the problem was every time you get to the court,
backhanded
hang
compliment.
on.
Let him finish.
Go watch this man in practice. Like when he would think through his moves, he had some really nice moves. Like this kid could hoop. The problem is when running down the court, he couldn't think and hoop at the same time, and so we got a lot of blunders from him. Some players got to think their game through. Can't do it on the fly, and JaVale was one of them guys. But if he could, man, this kid would have been a great player. Like really, I'm dead serious.
He a two-time champ though. Well, he got one ring, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I like JaVale. I really do. I'm a fan of JaVale. Like I know we make
one with the Warriors too, so he got 2 rings.
I don't know.
But I like JaVale. I just you can tell some players can't hoop on the fly, and he was one of them players. And but man, I loved watching him play. Like when he was good, when he had a good game, he was fun to watch.
John.
My man
retired. He's retired. He's not dead.
It's all good. So I think that's it. You feel me?
I'm not putting up a memorial to him. What are you talking about?
Yes, you definitely were. I'm like, when did this become a JaVale McGee appreciation?
All right. Hey, that's what That's what you're there for. You're there to moderate and let me know when I'm going way off.
Did he die? I don't know it.
This rabbit trail is too far down. So
Knock on wood. JaVale.
Well,
clip. Come on.
I don't know if they want me to close it out or not.
No, we do.
We'll appreciate y'all watching here on this beautiful Monday. Not too many sports on. Well, you got this hockey on, Game 7, but we all wait for
conference finals start tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? Them Lakers, you feel me? But anyways, like I said,
I'm a damn Lakers fan.
I'm sorry, LeBron. Let me.
Okay.
Let me put something on it. LeBron.
That's better.
LeBron playing tomorrow, and I'm excited. Okay, so let me stop saying Lakers, so they can stop thinking I'm flip-flopping teams.
When did he throw in the maroon for the purple and gold?
I would never throw in the maroon for the purple and gold. Okay, we appreciate y'all watching here tonight.
Like more Laker jerseys than Cavs jerseys. Jesus.
You want to come check my closet? I'm just saying. Appreciate y'all watching this on this beautiful Monday. Like I was saying, ain't no sports on today, but we got sports on tomorrow with the conference finals, Lakers and Nuggets. Keep on liking, sharing, subscribing. I think we at 130, maybe 131. Beautiful. It's been beautiful too much. So we appreciate y'all. Keep on watching. Like, share, subscribe. It's your boy Big Lord. My boy Nico Suave, looking suave to the mofo, and my boy John with his sidekick on the shoulder, hardest working man in showbiz. Appreciate y'all watching. Throw up them Tyreeks. Catch y'all next time. Hey!